Corey, it's a podcast. It's 2026. It's new and it's structured.
It's new and structured. People on YouTube can see I have a handy dandy piece of paper in my hand. And that is because there's an outline here to guide us, to guide me specifically, through our new outline of our Zhuzhed Up 2026 podcast.
Same great marketing nuggets and know-hows now in paper form. Just for us. So Corey isn't guessing who the sponsors are.
I know. I kind of like it. Okay. So our intro is, if you haven't found us, we are actually a group that's on Facebook called the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group. You can just put that in the search. It's the #1 sugar cookie marketing based group on Facebook. Congrats. That's great.
Sugar cookie marketing. Yeah.
Marketing.
Yep. We don't have a lot of competition, but we're the best at it.
Yeah, we are.
I have a quote.
Sure.
I saw this on TikTok.
Okay.
Or maybe read it. I don't remember. Yeah. It said, let the success of others be a map, not a mirror.
Explain it to me.
Do you get it? Do you get it?
I'm seeing it right here.
Yeah.
Let the success of others be a map, not a mirror.
Right. If you have they're succeeding, so I'm a loser. No, they're succeeding, so follow their lead.
Yeah.
Make it a map, not a reflection of your inadequacies.
I love that.
Something to take into the new year. Okay, speaking of, I know we've done a little bit of feel-good podcasts. You know,
we
did. Got this.
And holy.
But I think it's always important to also, you have to do the work.
Meat and potatoes.
Do it.
Meat and some potatoes.
Meat and tates. Medium rare, never hurt, no variety. So it's January, and you can say, you survived the year, yes. But also, we've got to make it work.
Yeah.
We've got to make it work.
We're doing it live.
Project Runaway. And whoever that was. So here is, people keep saying, what do you guys do in January to get your business set up for success? And I created a list, and nobody loved it, but you guys keep asking that question. So I'm giving you the list here on the podcast of things I would spend my January doing. And these are actual physical, mostly digital activities you can do to set your business up for success in 2026. Tons of ideas. If you did all these, you'd be a superhero.
Oh, yeah, superhero.
But I would say if you could take a few of these and actually do them, you're going to be in a good place.
I'm actually going to take a few of these in my own brain for my own business.
These are done with you in mind. Okay, my big one, we talked about this in the podcast episode, Stay on Track. It's Rollover all your tracking spreadsheets to 2026. The reason why I like creating a refresh spreadsheet, what are you doing?
My thing is out of line.
They're numerically valued.
Oh, they're back and front.
They are. That would be a lot of paper to waste.
Front. Like it. We're here.
So roll over your tracking spreadsheets to 2026. I like to rebirth my spreadsheets. What I do, because I use Google Drive, I go to File, make a copy. Then I'll make a copy and I'll take the data from the past years of the spreadsheet. Now I've got a new copy. This will be my 2026 copy. And I'll take my 2025, 2024 data and put it in an archived tab.
Okay.
Then my 2026 data starts. That way I still have residual data, but it's not bogging down in a massive spreadsheet from years worth of data.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Would it behoove, since we've talked about clutter, there's clutter on your computer, do you think archiving it or deleting it?
I love referential data.
Okay.
Because you can't track. Sometimes you ask me, what were you doing at this time last year? And I'm able to pull it up. It's not from my memory. So I prefer to keep archived copies of data, but a new spreadsheet for each year.
Okay. I guess what it comes down to is make sure your tracking isn't bloated. Bloated things you're not going to reuse because you're going to be like swimming through facts and figures. If it's not well documented and you just haven't, you're like, I don't know what these numbers mean.
Delete it.
Yeah.
If it's not something you're referencing ever and you're like, I'm not really sure why I'm tracking this, get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's just bogging it down. Find the things, and we talked about it in the track episode, find the things that make a difference. Oh, I wish I knew this, and track that in 2026. And then every year, you just keep tweaking. They get better and better.
Yeah, love it.
Read us the next one. Great.
Update your CRM with December context. We know December was busy. We were just flinging flour right and left.
What's a CRM?
CRM is customer relationship management. So that is going to be a place where you actually put your information about your customer. If they ordered for their child and they ordered a Mario theme for the first birthday, we're going to know probably in 1 year the kids turn in 2 and they're probably going to want to order again. Having that information allows you to reconnect with your audience. So you're not always trying to get a new lead every single week of the year.
Always get the question, what CRM should I use? If you have no CRM, I'd actually just start with Google Drive sheet or an Excel spreadsheet. Why? Because simple is better. CRM programs can be vast, like Salesforce being the chunkiest of the monkeys. But like more Nutshell or Insightly or these other ones. What's the one that starts with a Z? Those options are really nice too, but there's still a configuration and a learning curve. A lot of people, if you just had it in a spreadsheet, that's half the battle. And you can always import that spreadsheet as a CSV to that. And so Corey is finally starting to track her leads in an Excel spreadsheet.
Yes.
And you got to walk before you run. And I wanted her to dive into baby CRM, steps. But she said baby steps, and that is great. Yeah. So what are you tracking?
So clients? Right now I'm tracking their names, email being the most important to me. A lot of them do give a phone number, which is fine, but I don't have a text thing.
Just keep it.
Just have it. And then their order date and what they ordered.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So now Corey could say next year she can filter in her spreadsheet, which is what she's using as a CRM, and say, show me all the orders that I took for January 2025. Now she can contact those people. And if she had some time, make it like a personal email.
Yeah. I did one CRM-y thing this week.
Okay, tell us.
1 year ago, there was a local lady who ordered hysterectomy cookies.
Love that.
And it stayed in my mind because I faced my own hysterectomy in July. But I knew that my little, Google does your photo memories. It popped up that set of cookies. And I remembered her name. So I just sent a quick email and I said, happy 1 year without a uterus. It was an elective surgery she did because she was facing issues. So I said, after 1 year, are you just living your best life? I just wanted to check in on you. She instantly responded.
I could not imagine if a company I bought something from was like, I had bought this Acura a couple years ago, right? A year to the day that I signed the papers, I get a phone call from the guy. Connecticut. I had shipped it out of state because I wanted a deal. And I said, you'd be the last person I expected to hear from. And he's like, I just have to do this because it's in the computer.
I hate that.
I know. But you're like, wow, until it wasn't. But could you imagine if he actually is like, dude, I just was thinking about you. Did you keep it? Did you like it?
If they showed any, I remember I went to a B&I one time and a lady, we had done a little one-on-one meeting. That's what they call them. And she had sent me a letter via snail mail after. I've never been so aghast that someone would think of me. So I went to her the next time I saw her. I said, that was so nice to send the letter. If we just left it at that, she would have been a star pupil in my brain. But she's like, I do that for everybody. So it took down a little of my.
I want to say Heather, Kim, and Lillian all sent us Christmas cards. Love that. Could you imagine if you said to your clients, I'd love to add you. Everyone says Christmas cards are dying, but they shouldn't be because it's
know.
Could you imagine if you said, I'd love to send you a Christmas card?
Yeah.
Can I add you to my CRM?
At the end of the day, this customer isn't getting another hysterectomy. So I'm not going to beg like, hey, you want some hysterectomy?
People?
What I'll do though, what that does is it solidifies in her brain. Oh, I do like Corey. I remember her name. It came from
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like less of an order and more of a person.
More of a person. So I'm trying to do that myself.
Okay, I like this one. Create an outline for your content buckets in 2026. Content pillars, content buckets.
Doing this.
So I create them. It's a great guide to outline your content buckets. And then I create, so actually I use Workflow. I don't know if it's the best place for this, but I do like it. It's a bulleted list organizer and it has a free plan if you guys want it. So what did I do? Last idea is posting strategy. So for the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group, it is something I have to run. So I created these content buckets and then I test the buckets. And as the buckets don't perform, I'll nix them. Last year we did a location roll call.
Great. That always does.
It really connected a lot of bakers. It got a lot of engagement. So it became a bucket and I'm going to restart it here soon. Best-selling bakes. You guys saw that go up yesterday.
We like those. We like to see it around the holidays.
Right. So I scheduled out. In groups, you can schedule out for about 2 months, but on pages only for about a month and a week or something. So I scheduled out my best-selling bakes post for the Super Bowl, Valentine's Day, Mardi Gras, St. Patrick's Day, April Fool's, and Easter, right? That's as far as I could get. Another bucket, a monthly roll call for birthdays. You guys
I love that.
I love seeing it. A lot of you guys come on your birthday and say it.
I just randomly was curious and I did a giant one. There's probably 1,000 comments on that at this point of people's birthdays.
So again, these are all content buckets that have worked. Again, you're just constantly spending your whole year tweaking this stuff, but you got to get your baseline.
In the Cookie College, can I just talk? Please. We did a Monday morning live. It's called the Monday morning roll call. In this one, we talked about content buckets as it relates to being a baker. So Heather's talking in the realms of the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group. So let me bring it back to the bakery. We did easy days, and those are days that are national holidays. So National Popcorn Day is coming up this month. It's easy to throw up a popcorn set you did. Those are things you do on busy, like I know I'm going to be in the kitchen and I'm not going to be around my computer. I can't do it. We have engagement days, like really where we're asking our audience things about them and we're going to comment back to them. So we have engagement days.
I would make that a bucket.
It's a bucket.
Oh,
And then we
love
have
it.
our sales days. At the end of the day, we are a business. We do need to make some sales.
I love it.
We have relationship days where we're really trying to show them who we are and why they should order from
Do you
us.
notice out of the buckets, Corey just spitballed right there? She gave us 4 or 5, and only one was a pitch.
I know.
And I think a lot of people who struggle with making sales on social haven't created relationships before they pitch. Oh, hey, here's a Meet the Baker post. Like the farthest we get in the relationship is seeing your face, which is great and it'll perform well. But you see that Corey's like, I'm talking about national days. I'm doing about town stuff. I'm doing engagement questions. I'm replying to everybody. And then I'm going to pitch them.
Yeah. At the end of the days, we all bake cookies. It's in the name, Cookie Co. Many of us have it. So how can we turn people who know what we do into loyal followers who scream our name from the top of the mountaintops?
I always say that real estate agents kind of get it. With the coming and going of businesses, they get a lot of shares. And I end up looking towards the real estate agents, the burn, we talked about that one, to get information about what's coming and going. If somebody asked me for a commercial real estate agent, I would just say, I just know whoever runs the burn.
Right. He needs to introduce himself a little bit more.
Right.
And that's why there's a strategy in content buckets.
Yes. And again, these content buckets are the training, the guides that will take you through the rest of the year, and you'll tweak them as you go.
Yeah.
So I would definitely create the buckets. I would start with 5. I think 5 is pretty easy. And then probably once a week, 3 times a week, I would pick from one of those 5 buckets.
That's what I have. That's what our strategy was this week, was to choose one from each of those little buckies.
Love it. Nugget from Buc-ee's sounds delicious right now. Schedule out a January content calendar. So I love scheduling out content. I think we get pretty busy sometimes, and you have a little scheduled out stuff. It kind of keeps you there without being there. Just making sure I think it's just recording.
Okay.
Is that recording? And sometimes it's like thought.
We got red dots everywhere.
Sometimes it's like thought comes in. It's like, you never press record. I'm surprised we haven't not recorded an episode.
I'm proud of you. You're the button pusher.
I'm looking at all the red dots. So scheduling out your January content calendar. Like I said, Facebook Planner, free. A lot of these things you can do for free. That's why I like the Excel spreadsheet. Schedule out, and now we just said what content buckets you're going to use. That you can make 3, 6, 9. You can make 12 posts. I'm asking you to post 12 things. When you split them up by buckets, that'll be 2 pitches, 3 engagements, 2 about towns, and
one easy
thing. Lob me up a meme or something. And I can be present all of January without necessarily having to every day think, oh, what should I post today?
Yeah.
And I think we can see that hurried approach and like, oh, shoot, I haven't posted in 2 weeks.
When I see the baker does photo dump.
Yes. We've been gone for a while and you are back. So scheduling that out. Again, you don't have to post your most freshest bake.
No.
Corey says popcorn day's coming. I know she has an old popcorn
ready to
photo,
go.
and she's going to reuse that. So she doesn't even have to be in the kitchen to be present on social. And then you can use from Facebook Planner, you can cross-post that to Instagram. Okay. Add, what do we go?
We have add December. So you jumped back.
No, I didn't.
Segment.
No. Read what you're going to read. Read it. Trust the process.
Add December contacts to your newsletter list.
Yes. So because we get so bogged down in December, you're just taking leads. You're going to add them to your CRM, but you also need to add them to your newsletter. If you send a newsletter, that's a lot of contacts that you can stay in contact with.
Can I ask a question to you? We get a lot of leads in December that we end up having to turn down just for the sheer fact we have 2 hands, 24 hours. Would we add those potential leads to our newsletter?
Would you want to get an email from somebody who told you no?
Well, I could say yes during the month.
Probably what I would say to them when I need to reject their order. I'm so sorry.
Would it be okay if I added you to my newsletter?
I would love to work with you in the future. I can add you to my newsletter list if you want to, and you'll get my first availability.
Let's keep that in our minds for next year's friends.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't reject somebody and then add to my newsletter and not expect to be reported as spam. People ask that question a lot. Do people have to opt in to be added to your list? No, it makes a healthier list though. As long as the content they reached out for, how you acquired their email, is the same content you're sending. Meaning, if they asked you for an order and you took their order and now you're trying to sell them a car, you violated the law.
Sure.
So you can look at that can spam. I think it's the laws behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You getting a phone call?
Text from Sweet Pink Olive.
Oh. So yeah, what I would do is it's always great when you have your order form to say, check here if you want to be added to my marketing list. Why that's so strong is that means they opted in twice. Not only did they give you their email, they gave you their email and said, sell to me.
And at the end of the day, you're like, but if they opt in twice, they might not opt in. We know. That's the point.
That's what makes it such a strong list.
You can have a giant list, or you can have a giant list of everybody, a small list of some people who want to be there. I'm always going to choose a small list of people who want to be there.
Because I'd rather an open rate and a click-through rate that makes me money.
Yes.
Okay, next one. Okay. And this is kind of back to that. Segment your newsletter list. So a lot of times me, myself, and I, you get too busy and you don't segment your list. You're like, okay, I'll just upload these. These are anybody who saw me in December.
The best version of you would be segmenting.
The best version of me has many segments. The worst version of me is sitting before you today. So when you get a list, like Corey said, we have a list of people who took my December cookie classes. We have a list of people who ordered December DIY kits, and I have a list of people who ordered DIY customs.
Yeah.
Then I have a list of people who I couldn't take their order, but they opted in.
Yes.
Those should be 4 different segmented lists. Now I can. When you're in these newsletter senders like MailChimp or Constant Contact or whatever, you can say send it to all if you wanted.
Yeah.
But imagine how much more powerful it would be if I sent the people who took my December class my February Valentine's Day class.
Oh, you're going to get more sales. Here's the thing. You say, but everyone could take a class. I understand that. We know just from teaching classes and selling custom orders, a lot of those people don't always fall in the same category. No. My custom order people, maybe one will show up at a class every month, but not as many as ordering customs. So the people are different. Your corporate order lead people probably don't want to take a class. I mean, they're a person and they have a Saturday that they would probably want to do something, but we want to make sure that we keep that segmented audience nice and fresh. We don't want to bog them down with things they don't, because if they opt out, can't reach them again.
Can't reach them again. Yeah, those newsletter centers do not want you to spam somebody who said no. So a really strong contact list is double opted in and segmented. Like, wow. If that's what you did in January, that's all you did in January.
And I want to say, the best part is you can start today. As they come in, it's better to
I know the
grow
question
trees.
crawling up on the back of some people's necks right now. They're like, I have a list, but I haven't emailed them in a couple of years. I'd probably start fresh. I mean, you could send an email and see what happens. You're going to get a lot of unsubscribes from people who just moved out of the area.
We have such a transient area
that half of the people will have changed their email address and the other half have moved.
Yeah.
So it's just something to keep in mind. If you want to jumpstart an old list, just brace yourself for impact. Because too many unsubscribes or too many spam reports and they'll lock your account. It'll burn your email address.
It would. We have staged quarterly emails now as drafts.
Yeah, so you know, a lot of people have the best of intentions. You create the newsletter sender, you create the segmented list, and you never get around to emailing. So it's all wasted work. What you can do is create a template. You create a template, and then you duplicate it 3 times. So we have 4 emails.
Yeah.
And you create the drafts. Granted, by the time we get to Q2, you're going to have a lot more different information, but you can just go in there and edit it. You don't have to create it from scratch.
Yes. Creating from scratch, daunting. So daunting, we don't do it.
Corey and I always say, if we can just get the templated outline done, everything else is copy pasta.
This.
What?
This.
This little piece of paper. So I said to Corey, granted, this piece of paper is draft 1. We'll see how we like it today, and we'll tweak it along the way.
Love it. Love it. Next, and I have done this. Oh, I've cried, but I've done it.
Corey did it this past week.
Inbox 0. It took me 1 week. I had 6 inboxes to go through. I feel free.
And now she's like, Corey violently was unsubscribing upstairs a minute ago.
How dare you email something I asked to be emailed?
Getting to inbox 0 means you have, my dad was like, what's inbox 0? We're like, you've never heard of it and you'll never need to. You'll retire before you get to. Inbox 0 is deleting or archiving or labeling every email so that your inbox has 0 emails in it. That means every day, every email you see is what you see that day, and then that day you clear it out.
Yeah.
It's beautiful when you get there. It's hard to get there.
Listen, I fought tooth and nail to get there this last week.
Tell us what I told you this.
What?
If you go to Gmail, you right click and you said find all emails from, you can batch delete from a contact.
Yeah.
I told Corey and she was like, what helped me was, do I need to access this information ever again?
And a lot of times it was no. And it was so freeing to just go through. Granted, a little anxiety inducing because at the end of the day, those emails were there just in case. But these people have come and gone.
If you had taken the time to put them into your newsletter, add them to your CRM, you wouldn't necessarily feel like you're losing them. You just put them in the correct place.
So anything that was baking related, I did archive that, if a past client, if it was spam or anything like that.
You can label them and archive them. There's just a million ways that Google gives you to get to inbox 0. And then you can start setting up automations.
That's our next
so
one.
That it gets there. Oh yeah, set up inbox labels to manage your inbox. There's emails you need, like receipts from Callfire.
Yeah.
If you text into the podcast, I get a receipt. Do I want to know I can't unsubscribe from Callfire altogether. What if my billing needs updated?
Sure.
So what I can do is say any emails from Callfire, put it in this inbox, this label over here.
So can I ask you a question? Right now, my inbox is filled. It's starred with orders that are happening. orders that are on the books that haven't been made over the next couple of months.
Love it.
It is in my primary inbox. Could I scoochel those over?
Yes, deliciously. On the left side, you can create a label called orders, and then we could have a sublabel called in progress.
Okay.
So now you'd check all those in progress, you'd label them, and then right, you'd say archive. Now they only exist in that label on the left side. They actually don't take up inbox space.
Oh, yeah. So
They
then
take
you would
up
be
your-
able to see a clear inbox. So now whatever comes in would be fresh and new, something that came in that day.
Yeah, you can say this. If I ever get an email from Sarah
Yeah.
at sarahbuyscookies.com, any new email, apply the label in progress order, but also start and make sure it lands in my inbox and no other folders or spam.
Yeah. And guys, here's a tip that I've been doing the last half of last year, and I'm going to continue in this year, is that initial email I have with my client is the one I want to be the umbrella for any other communication that comes through. Sometimes a client will send an additional email outside of our first email
The thread is what you're talking about.
our thread, our little chain of emails. What I do is I take that information, bring it back into the thread, and be like, I'm just recapping here to keep me, because I don't want 52 emails from the same person. That's still too much to track.
One day you're gonna believe me to do that footer recap, the email signature recap.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
and
I
your
want
next
to be
live's
that
gonna start.
person. I do.
This one, auto recurring expenses. I think over a year you incur a lot of expenses, maybe like this little thing, signed up for that,
Sure.
tried this out, and you forget about it. And to go back through and make sure that you can look at all of your expenses if you have a Canva subscription, if you signed up for this
Yes.
little plugin on your website, maybe that you're not
An
using
email
anymore.
subscription. There's so many little tiny things you can sign up
Death
for.
by 1,000 cuts.
Sure.
And it's easy to forget that you're doing it.
Yeah. Set up financial tracking software.
Yeah, once you audit your recurring expenses and you see where things are going that you want to keep, it's awesome to get a hold on your finances. Where's that money coming in? Awesome. And where's it going? Now, I do like YNAB, full disclosure. Our oldest sister works for that company. Fuller disclosure, I get no benefits from that. Where'd I go?
Fuller disclosure. I signed up for a company one.
For some reason, Corey refuses to use the one we could help her with. So what you could use for YNAB, and I was just talking about this in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group, you can create a personal and a business budget within the
Nice.
same account. So it's about $109 a year, not chump change.
Yeah.
But you're able to see all that information. How much money did you make in January?
Yeah. So that equates to about $8 a year if you want to price it out monthly. The great thing about knowing what your business expenses are outside of like the cost of ingredients, like software things, is you can say, my website, let's say, costs you $200 a year wherever you're hosting it. Not cheap.
No.
So $200 a year. Did my website convert $200 worth of people? That's something that we have to track.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge
if you have
is
that
power.
information.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to look at your financials in a dashboard at a click of a button.
You'd be set up. You would know what needs to come, what needs to go, what you need to make, and what you don't need to make.
Absolutely.
Next one, audit website for dead or broken links. This one's huge. This one
you
is
skip
huge.
a little one.
Oh, you can go back.
Update your website to reflect your 2026 offering.
That
So
one's
I
huge
think
as well. I've clicked to everyone's website who ends up on my feed. If you end up on my feed, sorry,
Gloria's
I
going
will
to be
click
in your
your
route.
website.
She's going to click to your website and she's going to see that you have St. Patrick's Day 2025 still on there.
A lot of people still have Christmas stuff up, which I
It's-
don't blame you. It's been busy.
You got a lot going on. So sometimes the pictures are outdated. Your
Yeah.
skill set's changed. Your availability has changed. You're no longer teaching classes or you are teaching classes. But go and update that website. Go through every page and just make sure it all still makes sense.
Even to that, you might have it on this ginormous list. My Yelp is not where I usually get leads from. I don't usually get leads from Yelp, but I do have an account on there. I went there and the photos were very old and my style has changed a little bit. So I was able to go delete old photos and upload new ones.
Tis the season.
Tis the season.
But yeah, go
friend.
check out your website. And there's some plugins you can find online that audit your website for broken links, meaning
Yeah.
that you had a hyperlink to go to this cookie class. The cookie class is over. The hyperlink is dead.
Yeah, I see a lot of class links dead in the water.
Dead and what? And they make sense because
Yeah.
they're gone. So you need to go and update that. It is an SEO factor to have a bunch of broken links on a page. Google don't like it. So you'd want to go and clean those up. It's not a massive ranking factor, but it's also a better user experience.
Yeah. Okay. We have, since you just said update broken links, update autoresponders in emails and socials.
That one's a big one. Whenever I send out the
Yeah.
newsletter on Wednesday, a lot of you guys are out of your breaks. And I love that you gave me a range of days you'll be off, but you are back and that autoresponder still sending.
Yeah. And this one, I'm sure you have it. I see a lot of people's breaks pinned still to the top of their pages.
Oh,
but
I
it'll
saw
be
some
from long time
poor little
ago.
baker, 2023.
Yeah.
I think it was a pregnancy announcement, actually. From 2023. I think the baby is now working and fully employed.
Yeah, the most incubated baby
So
ever.
the problem and the reason why you guys aren't knowing when I'm saying pin post and you're like, surely that's not me. You can't see it on mobile. You have to you can't be the page admin and see it.
You can, if you look up your own page, you can see it.
Right.
You can't be in the admin's dashboard to see it.
Why wouldn't it let us see that?
I have no idea.
If you really want to know if you have some leftover pin posts, you can only have 3. Go onto a laptop and look up your business page. It will show you at the top.
Grab your bestie's phone
and say, let me search my
Yeah.
page. I do like that one. So update your autoresponders in email and social. That means when somebody messages you on Instagram, sometimes they see I'm booked for 2025 and we're in 2026. Make sure that those are updated. You can find them. I find it easier to access them on a laptop computer.
Yeah.
And make sure it just reflects the goodness.
I need to update my Schwebby link.
And that's what Corey said. Update social media bios.
Yeah.
It is the time. Maybe even just a refresher. Maybe even just making it
I
more
refreshed
compelling.
mine the other day. Yeah.
Maximo?
No, you're not gonna notice any different. I just cleaned it up.
What did you do? What did you change?
Just cleaned up, add some emojis.
Oh, I like the emojis because I think it draws my eye to it. Let's see what you chose. Cookie emoji. I like that. Stay safe. There we got a hyperlink and a downward arrow. Custom Sweets Baker in Woodbridge, Virginia. Location. Love it.
Love it.
And her name on this is her first name, last name, location again.
One question I had. Custom Sweets Baker. Bag. Is that fluff? Is that valuable?
I would say
I could pigeonhole and say sugar cookies. That's my main gig. But I do make some other things.
What if we did sugar cookies, cake pops, and Woodbridge, VA? Why? The custom word throws me a little bit.
I guess because I've always been leaning towards more custom work.
I think it's funny because I kind of feel like the word custom is an industry term that external people, has somebody ever said, can I order some custom cookies from you? Or do they say I want some sugar cookies?
I have to think about that.
Think about that. Cookie doesn't start at $78. Love that. Gets tire kickers out of the way.
Yeah.
Fill out the order inquiry in the hyperlink below. So you bought yourself some. I'm not sure everything would know that's a hyperlink emoji, but I like it myself.
I know. Is that bad? It's a link. It's a link emoji.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just expanding. Is that bad?
No. You only have so many words you can use.
You
so
really,
you're working
truly
with
can.
very limited space.
You still have your little highlights.
I've
updated
my highlights.
I thought they were going to get rid of those.
Yeah, they never did. I've updated them to bring them into 2025. I have nothing to post for 2026 yet, but they weren't from 2022.
Then you have a Bible verse. I like that. Your profile is tagged as a bakery. I like that. And then you have a downward arrow that's pointing to the link, I think.
To my link.
But I think those are truncated, the downward arrow. On mobile. I'm looking at it on computer.
I know. I'm sure it is. But I'm trying to tell you, fill out the
if
link.
I needed to place an order, I would say maybe the thought is now taking orders for, but you got to stay on top of that. Back to kind of what we're saying. I do like that.
And because, I'm on there all the time, so it's not like I could.
It is something, it's hard to check.
Yeah, That's what I see most bakers forget is they'll be like, now taking orders.
I know.
And it'll be on their job forms and the form. Yeah, guys, listen, I'm clicking to everything. If it's in my feed, I'm clicking to it. Especially because I've deleted TikTok now. I have all the time in the world.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
A lot of it will say now booking for December 2025, but we're now in January. So
nothing says you're not on top of it like that.
So holding yourself to that.
What I do when I have those things that you actually have to stay up on, and I use Asana to manage my entire life, I'll create an Asana task that says you need to update this on this day. In Asana, it puts it on my calendar, and then I can say, oh, look, it's this day. I got to change that.
Smart. So if you want to do that and look active and be like, now booking for February and March, keep yourself on top of it. What we don't want to do is hold ourselves for the best version of ourselves and we'll say, yeah, I'm going to be on, and we never update it and we lose sales because at the end of the day, that little text is supposed to get you sales, but it can also cost you sales if you're never updating it.
I agree. I wanted to go look up a store and see what their holiday hours were this past December, and they hadn't been posted to since 2022.
You're just
so I did not go.
Yeah, because it
didn't want to be rejected.
I know. As much as people don't like social media and things like Facebook,
it's an indicator.
I can't go to a GMB, Google business profile, and trust the content. People aren't updating that ever.
But when they do, so my dad wanted to go to the car wash at the mall. So I look them up. It's also Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I don't, listen, our dad's a type, right?
Yeah.
And it said updated holiday hours closed on Christmas Eve.
I
so
like
I can
that.
confidently say, and maybe that's something you add.
I love a timestamp. So if you need to add your own little timey stamp, I love that. Updated blah, updated blah. And that's why social media is so good, because there's a timestamp on the stuff.
I know.
And the next one, you'll never guess, replace pin post on social media profiles for a 2026 timestamp.
Explain that to us.
Okay, so you have pin post, and the information in your pin post is needed. Probably how to place an order, maybe your allergen info.
The baker. Yeah, all
Love
that good,
that.
juicy stuff.
Here's the thing. You did it in 2025, and now when someone goes to your social profiles, it'll say January 3rd, 2025, and it looks like it was 10 decades
Because remember,
ago.
it's a first post we see, and if my grandmother sees it, she's going to be like, I haven't posted in a year. No, you just haven't updated your pin post in a year.
Yeah.
But you say, but the information hasn't changed. Then just post it again. It'll
know.
end up in their feeds. It's a refresher. It'll have the new timestamp.
I did a whole get to know me post, so
I have seen Corey has been updating these posts.
I have. So I want the timestamp to look like I'm relevant. A lot of people are scrolling and going. So they're like, well, no, it's a pinned post. They know I just pinned it. They don't. For some odd reason, when they scroll to your first post, which is your pinned post on mobile, they see the timestamp and it looks like you haven't done anything. This is where I say it costs people sales. I'm taking a break. Okay, that break was from 2022. You're not still taking a break.
I did post to the Sugar Cookie marketing page, and I said, psst, baby girl, that pinned post is out of date. And this blessed soul, she was like, oh my goodness, it was from a surgery I had 2 years ago. I didn't realize it. So yeah, and you may say like, well, then the solution here is just not to have pinned posts. No, it's a great place for that. Okay. If you're on TikTok and you want to get some little backstory, I love it when I'm like, whatever your story is, I need another backstory. And it's pinned to the top.
Yes.
That's where I look for like foundational information. No pin, no care.
Yeah, the pin will help me, especially if someone comments, how do I place an order? I'll be like, oh, if you scroll up, the pin post will tell you my
Easily
form.
accessible by you as well, because you can right click, get the link, and give it to them.
Yeah.
Set up an in-person cookie class schedule. So Corey and I did that. I know people ask this question every year. How do I know where I'll be in 6 months? You don't. And you don't need to worry about that. What I like to do is create a tentative schedule for our in-person cookie classes and take that tentative schedule and put them on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be, I'd be posting a Christmas class in January. I do not have to release my tickets until, let's say, October.
Yeah.
Right? I can release a ticket. So that means as my year changes or shifts, granted, people can see the class and get ready for the class. They can't sign up. And if I need to tweak it and I'm 3 months out, I can do it.
Yeah.
And I'm the boss of that, so I can choose it. But putting that whole list up there, now I can say when people are in my cookie class in January, hey guys, listen, I'll tell you guys because I love you. That December class is going to sell out. So if you want to buy tickets ahead of time, you can still cancel whatever my policy is.
It's worked really well for me and Heather. We used to do where we just released them 6 weeks prior to the event. And that gives you a little anxious because anyone who is going to sign up early couldn't, but then you'd get down to, oh, we have one more seat to fill. We have one more seat to fill.
What happens when you also, like, okay, I release the December tickets in like September because they do fill up. Now, if I fill it up ahead of time, I could actually add that second December class if I felt like it and still have a really long runway to fill it up.
I want to say a little downside to that is people sign up early because the best version of themselves will be free November 22nd. Unfortunately, at the last minute, Heather will send an email that says, you are 7 days out from class. And then you have people canceling because
they can no longer cancel after 7 days. They can roll into a new class. That's my policy. So it's stated when they sign up. But yes, it does
rolling
happen.
into a new class. Now we have maybe 1 or 2 seats we have to fill up last minute.
If my marketing was good all year long, hopefully I can use my VIP classes group to fill it up. So yeah, there's a risk for everything. I do like when I post the classes in January because then I don't have to think about them.
I wouldn't say the downside doesn't outweigh the upside.
Positive.
Yeah.
Another one, people always ask about that. Well, how do you know what you're going to teach then? I just say this could be what I teach and it could be not what I teach. I'll update it as we get closer to class.
Sorry to YouTube. I think it was focused on the outline.
You are all over the map.
I know because I don't want to lose my spot. I got to see.
You got to look out for your camera people. I'm looking out for mine.
All right. Sorry, friends. That was a little blurry. It's not you. It's me.
Come to my side of the screen. Come to me.
Okay. We have audit supplies, your packaging, business card, bows, etc. Easy to type. Easy to type. Hard to do.
So Corey was saying this. You had a strategy when you had 2 cookie backers left.
My strategy is if there's 3 of something, you either sell 3 of the something or you toss it. You don't need to go order 25 more of it because now you've put yourself in a conundrum. We're using what we have. My biggest strategy towards this audit your supplies is everything needs to be with its brother. If you have cello
like that.
bags, cello bags with cello bags. If you have square boxes with square boxes, backers with backers, that's the only way you're going to know what you have. What we don't want to do is be like, oh, I thought I had Valentine's Day packaging. I'm going to go place an order. We realize 4 months after Valentine's Day, we did have it. We just didn't know where it was.
I love that. So what you're saying is organize, audit, pitch, sell.
Yes.
Okay. And then if you say, well, I have some stuff I just know I'm not going to use, there's these buy, sell, trade groups.
Oh, sure.
They're pretty, how they run is so interesting. You're only allowed to comment your zip code and say the word sold. If you're the first zip code that says sold, you get the product and then you handle it in DMs. I love them, but there's a bunch of them. Not the sugar cookie marketing group though. So
no. There's probably a local bakers group, and a lot of them do allow sales that you could sell it to another baker.
Absolutely.
So that would be even the best bang.
You know, yesterday as I was coming for my content buckets, SEM 101 posts that I'll be posting on Tuesdays throughout January, we have a local cottage bakers Facebook group list, and you guys showed up and showed out. And I have almost 100 local groups you could check. And, you know, granted, Texas has like half of them, but, you know, you can go see which states has them. We had 3.
When they're hyper local, when they're too broad, like Virginia, that's too broad. But we have a Northern Virginia one that's a little bit more active and useful for me being
But
local.
talk about a great place to sell yourself.
Yes, love. Purge expired inventory. Listen, things go bad. Sprinkles don't last forever, no matter what you tell yourself. Would you want to get old sprinkles in a DIY kit?
I know there's the argument about Best Buy, Best
Sure,
If, but there is if the taste turns and it's like we're looking at years at past expiration, maybe it's time to just let it go. Here's and Corey's going through our minimalist era. You guys lived through mine. Corey's in hers. I love expiration dates because it allows me to let go, let God. Like it was never going to be used. It was an excuse in my head. I was the kind of person who would use it, but it's not who I am. So I think that purging expired inventory frees up.
Here's what Heather taught me. And she took it from someone else, but she taught it to me. So it's Heather's wisdom.
I want you to hear my voice squeaking.
She said, Walmart, Target, your local grocery store, that's your storage closet.
That's your
pantry.
You only need to pay the storage fee when you go pick up the item.
The sprinkles you have that are expired in your cupboard, technically you shouldn't be using them. Technically, if we get it down on paper. I mean, would you want to get old sprinkles? Probably not. You don't need to hold the sprinkles.
Walmart
the
will
sprinkles
handle
are
inventory.
at Walmart.
Walmart would be like, girl, if those sprinkles you haven't picked up from your storage closet yet, it expired, so we got you some new ones whenever you're ready to pick those up.
And Walmart throws away their own expired sprinkles, so you never get an expired spring.
So you have a free inventory manager that you only have to pay when you need to pick up the sprinkle.
Yeah, that expiration date is the freedom date.
That's
allowing you to release yourself from your clutter.
You know, it's funny. I do like going to other people's houses and organizing. I actually hate it, but I love it a little bit. But I mostly hate it. So please don't call me. But what I tell them, I'll say, look, I'm going to go through the pantry. Anything that's expired, it's already gone. So don't even worry about it. I will let go of it for you.
Heather is the person, the in-between. The person who has no relation.
I have no emotional tie to it.
The reason why, and I'm speaking to bakers like myself, the reason why we hold on to packaging is because it was the best version of ourselves that we wanted to be.
Throwing it away means I'm no longer that best version. I'm actually a worse version that wastes money.
Yeah, and that's hard to do. So you need a Heather to come in. She has no relation. She was never going to be the best baker. She doesn't bake at all. She can get rid of things.
Free.
You can't have my Heather. You'll have to get your own. But get a friend.
Ask my mom. She can make another one.
Get a friend.
Yeah, just an unemotional third party. And I think that's why organizers, people in that industry exist, because they're like, oh, I have strategy and I'm not emotionally attacked.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my thing.
Okay. Corey's in the middle of the trenches of this, by the way.
If you have to open it to smell it, if it's still good, toss it.
Toss it.
If you don't believe it, toss it.
The Minimalist podcast, which apparently now is charged, so Corey can't binge it like I did. They said if there's anything wrong with it at all visually and you weren't using, get rid of it. Like that's the best excuse. If it has a stain on it, gone.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Organize and purge product photos. Label them for easy search. We talked about this. We talked about this. Corey's got a really interesting strategy. I'm going to let her tell you about.
What is it?
Let's go back a year ago.
Oh, yeah. This is I actually posted it in my local community group because it's such a good idea.
What a great way to market, by the way.
I know. For the last 1 year, what I've done is, and sometimes you'll be good at it, sometimes you'll have to wait till Friday and you'll catch up, is in your Photos app. A lot of you have 10 to 20,000 photos. Some of you out there.
Some people are chuckling right now.
Yeah,
you just thought
that's a Joker's game. You saying I need to delete photos, too big, too vague.
Overwhelming.
If you search in your Photos app the day that we're on, so today we're on January 6th. If you search January 6th, it's going to pull up everything you took on January 6th.
January 6th is going back as far as you can
As far
take
as
photos.
many January 6th as if you had your phone.
Yes.
What it is on January 6th, I might have, let's just say 50 photos. That's easier for me to prune the bush.
Then going through all of 2025.
Oh, yeah, you don't have that much time. If each day we just look up the day, so tomorrow you'll look up January 7th, and we go through and delete the screenshots, delete the recipes we don't even know where they're from anymore, delete the gossip that you were sending to your bestie.
Love the gossip.
Delete it. At the end of the day, you done gossiped. It's the chapter has closed. Delete those screenshots, and you're going to free up a lot of space on your phone. That's where a lot of us are like, I'm running out of space.
I have a photo of a snowblower. I don't need that any longer.
You don't need it any longer.
I have a photo of me snowblowing. Do want to keep that. There's just a ton of, look, a bunch of my ex-boyfriends.
Oh, see, and we can delete that. The chapter's over on that one.
Man, this took me all the way back to what year? 2019.
2019.
So that's horrifying. So, but I like what Corey's doing. She's taking it day by day and turning it.
So now we have deleted, but we want to categorize things. If someone is asking in a local foodies group for a baker who can do a butterfly set, the baker that's going to post the butterfly set in the comment section is maybe going to get a better chance at making the sale. So we want to categorize. You have folder options on your phone. And this is what I've been doing is if I've ever done a birthday set, if I've ever done a Lego set, if I've ever
also
done
seeing all of your Lego sets next to each other, you're like, that one's not going to make me a sale. So I don't necessarily need to keep them.
But trying to search through your phone to be, I think I did a Lego set. Was it April of last year?
AI. Love it, hate it, leave it, keep it. It's going to be here forever.
Yeah.
But when I like AI, I love it. And when I don't like it, I hate it. Like it's never in between. AI in Google Photos, you can describe the object and it will look at your photos and try to figure it out.
So I'm just saying, if you're in Google Photos, on your phone photos, a lot of us are working from our phones and we have all of our cookie photos on there. What if we strategically put them in the right spot?
I know. Your Second Life starts, I'm pretty sure.
And you know what? You can do it day by day. And that's probably the easiest way to do it.
I think on iPhones, you guys can add tags.
You can add tags.
So tags is another way to sort through. There's folders.
Yeah.
And then there's tags or labels. So you can say, here's my folder of birthdays, but here's my tags of second birthdays.
Yeah.
So I can quickly say, don't just show me birthdays, show me second birthdays.
Yeah. I have one that's called my husband, so that when he really annoys me, I can look back and be like, oh yeah,
You're the one where I turn him into a grape.
I'm sure I have a grape.
That was years ago. Organize receipts and mileage log for taxes. I hate tax season. I have a little bit of tax season PTSD from you guys have heard on the podcast. Listen to any podcast that was recorded around April. Anyways, your accountant or you would love for you to organize that. It'll be a time. I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys are on the YouTube channel watching this, snap, this little bad boy right here is, I sold a car a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I went to CarMax. And the girl was like, let me just scan all of this information for you. She put it into this bad boy right here. And it was like, boom, 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 boom. It was perfect scans, collated, grouped. And I said, and she's like, I know what you're going to ask. You're going to ask what this machine is. She's like, actually put a sticker on the backside because so many people ask me about it. I turned around and bought this bad boy and I haven't looked back since.
Yeah.
It has organized everything for me. It actually is a little smart. So it'll read what it scanned and name it for you.
You know what I did? Past Corey. Unorganized Corey. Lost my both birth certificate and my wedding certificate and my divorce certificate. They're together somewhere.
Corey's married everybody and
they're having a blast. But to have to reorder that, whatever I was doing was now delayed, and now I had to reorder it. One, I couldn't have done a little copy, but it would be nice to just have it if I needed to reference it.
I'm going to say this, and you said it earlier in this podcast. I'm not organized. I'm anxious.
Yes.
And that anxiety, like just hearing that you lost all those things, I can tell you right now where they are because at one point I had that anxiety and I was like, I got to address it. I'm not saying that's a way to live your life. Let me tell you.
Listen, I'm probably the good in between. I've gotten a knockbox and you probably maybe have seen an ad.
You're going through your rebirth. You're about literally in life almost 5 years younger than me.
Getting ready to.
I'm watching. I'm like, Corey, you got it.
You got it.
You're like, sometimes I'll be like, Corey, okay, here's what you're going to experience. Yes, a little bit of burnout. I need you to power through. So get those receipts organized, get them categorized, get them. And then you could go back to YNAB, which just released the ability to take photos of receipts.
Nice.
You could categorize them that way.
Nice. Create email templates for quick replies and inquiries. I have done this myself. What's great is if you have a Google Gmail account, you have access to what we call Google Drive.
But Google templates too.
And Google templates.
Do you know what I'm saying when I'm saying templates?
I'm sure it's something. I just use Google Drive, but yes.
So within any G Suite or Gmail account, when you go to create an email, let's say you write out a template.
Yeah.
I actually use this for my cookie classes. And I'll trigger the template. It's actually on the right side. You go to drop down templates, triggers a template, and it puts in all the information. I put in bright yellow what I need to switch out.
Nice.
But templates get a little out of date. So in December's class, I went through and updated my template for 2026. Creating templates for quick responses. Again, like you can see all these, this just makes you a tad bit sharper than the competition.
More efficient.
Did I forget to say that word?
Yeah, that's okay. More efficient, quicker, better customer service, better end user experience.
So I don't have to reinvent the wheel every time we need to write somebody a thing about, okay, the cookie classes, they happen in the same place, they have 7 at the same time, nothing changes. If I say, okay, hey guys, like now I just trigger the template and I just change out the information that needs changing out. And you can do that. And it's in Gmail and it is in G Suite.
Right. You take the next one. Let's create a
list of active local groups to market to in 2026. In our podcast we did on marketing to local community groups, we said create a list. And it's actually what we spoke about at What's Popping Con. And we gave them a spreadsheet, which we also gave you guys, if you listen to that podcast, to create a list and rate the groups.
You'll also be proud of me. In my calendars on my iPhone, I have one that says Mixing Bowl Cookie Company. In there, that's where she's
learning how to walk, kiddos.
That's where I've been putting my orders. But also what I did is there's this group, Nova Parents here in Northern Virginia, parents. You can only post there once a month on Saturdays. And I said, I'm missing these. So now,
genius.
In my calendar is a reminder that's going to tell me 1 hour before 11 o'clock. So I'd be like, okay, I need to start thinking, but I'm not going to miss a Saturday post anymore.
Love that when we level up for you.
Sure.
In the event description, put your copy and put a hyperlink to the group. So you don't even have to think. Think less.
Think less.
Think less.
What we do now is planning for the best versions of ourselves.
I know. And sometimes the best version of ourselves is lazy. I love thinking of my future lazy self. I love that person is like, it's already been taken care of.
Yeah.
Yes. Baking that in there. I love it. So where do we, the make a list of active groups. I think that template's still up. It's in the podcast. If you search for What's Popping Con,
maybe
Sugar Cookie Marketing, you should be able to find it. Either way, you can easily make a spreadsheet list and keep it in Google Drive. And like Corey said, put a hyperlink to the drive in the event reminder that she has on Google Calendar so she can update saying that she posted there already. Audit pricing to ensure your costs are covered plus profit. I think that we're in an ever-changing economic landscape where interest rates are going up and going down and the price of eggs is high and low. I think it's easy to get kind of lost in the sauce and be like, hey, what are you guys charging for this?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, why do I charge for that? I don't know, because somebody from 5 million states away said they charged this one time and I never, ever understood my pricing.
Yeah. I was lost in a twilight zone last Wednesday. I had 2 orders due and I don't know why. It was 2 orders of the most opposite colors in
typical.
Took me 12 hours. And I said,
you're just tired of
this money is not worth it for how long I've been in this room.
Corey and I will be sitting together and creating her a spreadsheet for costing so she can easily reference it and explain it.
Yes. At the end of the day, you can slap on a high price tag and probably cover something.
Right, but wouldn't you rather know?
Wouldn't you rather know?
I know when you're like operating off of really thin margins, you got to know.
Oh, if you're operating on thin margins, it's a need to know.
But I think it's like, slap this high price. I'm still making money. Let's just understand
Let's understand. At the end of the day, let's feel confident that when someone's like, oh, that, and you're like, yeah, that.
Here's the thing. If I know people listening to this podcast and they're cringing at each one of these, they're feeling uncomfortable right now because they're like, I know I should be doing all this stuff.
I'm with you.
Cool. We are the pick what you can, do what you can. We know we got to be there.
Preach.
You can take it on each month. You can separate it. You could be working on this in December 2026, and I'm still like, you did it.
You're hearing some of this, and you're like, I couldn't do it the way they're saying it, but here's the way that would work for me.
Perfect.
Do that. We're just getting your juices flowing, girls.
But knowing your numbers and auditing that. So I'll be putting Corey's numbers in a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
So that she can say, oh my goodness, the price of butter is greatly different than when I first came up with this. And then she can audit that and maybe adjust her prices, even, dare I say, down if she wanted to be more competitive in a price concept. As long as she's got a healthy profit margin, covers her costs, she's allowed to do that. It makes her competitive.
Yes, I can. And what a way to edge myself on the market.
Maybe she'll get an order from the lady. What's that sound?
It was I stepped on a piece of tape that's holding this chair up.
Oh, yeah. Watch out for that. Maybe Corey could even say to the hysterectomy lady, hey, you know what? Let me give you a discount on this one for coming back because Corey knows her numbers now. And it's maybe it never touches her pockets because it touched her ingredients costs because they have come down or something. Update Google Business Profile. Oh, yeah, we talked about this one. With your 2026 hours and holidays, I think you can do your holidays all year. I think you can do it.
It's always sending you a reminder. Hey, girl, just wanted to see. Do you want to do your holidays real quick?
It's just a little thing. At the end of the day, is anyone going to call you on Christmas? I don't know. But if they could look you up and say it says closed or it says opened. Yeah. And now you can do Google Business posts. You can schedule those out. Now, I know you can find some apps that allow you to do that.
I'm talking to nobody, but I will make a post on
it's a ranking factor. And if I went there and I saw updated information, I would like it.
Yes. It just seems they're active. They're there. I have over 2,500 photos on there.
25.
Yeah. Anytime I do a set,
Google's got a whole data center for Corey. Okay. It looks very great. You don't want a phone number in there. I see your products look very fun and updated. You have the booking options. We have great reviews. And look, your social media post. Do you remember when the last one you made was?
My social media post or my post? It was
Google My Business post.
It was one. Was it this year?
These are the posts you make.
Yeah. Well, did I do one this year yet?
You literally just said you do them all the time.
I did.
Oh, no, you haven't done one in 2026. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I was like, you asking if you did.
I did one in December. I know I did.
You did. December 13th in November. And then because Corey's so consistent in her naming conventions and the information on her profiles, it has pulled in all your social profiles at the bottom, which is delectable. You can try to force that, but you can't force it.
I know. I've gotten lucky there.
I love it.
Lucky. That's a great one. Create a P&L, profit and loss statement to review your fiscal year. Now, this one is really good. Yeah.
We're talking about this with my little sister. Profit and loss shows you the health of your business. If you ever need to apply for a loan or a grant, you need to provide that for them. How much money you made and how much money you spent, so you can see how was 2025 actually for you and what do I plan to do in 2026.
Are you still clicking my Google Business profile?
No, I'm highlighting what.
Okay, good. I said, wow, what are you clicking on over there? No, I'm confident with that. I have that's my baby child. At the end of the week on Friday when I'm watching TV, I'll go and update it with some photos and stuff.
That's a great way to, and that's something I want to talk about as well, but just add it here. Adding a carrot to your task. Sometimes I'm like, I really don't want to do this, but I'll go get a burger if I do it.
Yeah.
Corey's saying I'll be able to binge Netflix while I audit my photos.
Yeah. I just like to do it. I like to listen to something when I do it, so it's easier to do it if I'm listening to something.
Corey loves going to my mom's house. She loves hearing the goss.
I love hearing the goss.
The word goss. But she'll bring her computer. My dad will be like, what are you working on? She'll be like, I'm working on the goss, and I'm also cleaning out something.
I want to hear the goss, and sometimes I'll interject an opinion, but I want to work on something.
You with an opinion? No.
Yeah, buddy. You buddy.
Set up. This is a me one. Set up order workflow automation. So immediate digital invoicing. When they're invoiced, you can have them automatically added to the CRM. You had them added to the newsletter. Zapier is a great app for this.
Yeah.
You can kind of find AI could kind of help you kind of navigate that if you ask it. But if you automate more stuff and then audit your automations, if you automate more stuff, you get to think less, and that thought gets to go to where you want it to.
One thing me and Heather incorporated for my business here is an auto responder. At the end of the day, people try to circumvent my job form to get an order in that they shouldn't be getting in. So what that does was, if they hit me with, Corey, can you take my order? It's hit with the job form. Hey, are you looking to place an order? You got to fill out this form. So it helps me feel less guilty.
I just got your autoresponder for something I had sent you. You had asked me to send you like a cookie cutter file or something. And I was like, it answered further questions.
Yes.
And then it told me to go to your social media and get inspired by photos there and place an order there and kind of more expectations of what to do.
So it honestly answers a bunch of the questions. So a lot of people saying, Corey, can you take an order? Oh, here's the form. Maybe they have ordered before I had the form, so they didn't know one existed. Now they see it. We have best intentions of mice and men. I can say to myself, I'll get back to that email in the next 24 hours. And 24 hours has come and gone. Having those autoresponders to do the work for you can help alleviate a lot of this back and forth work.
I told Corey, like even with my sugar cookie marketing inbox, I said, I'm getting a little inundated with emails, some that are just questions that could have been answered. So I'm creating a directory autoresponder that'll have all the information. If honestly, if you can't find what you need here, you probably didn't need it.
And I want to say that will allow you to Nah, I'm not saying don't respond to emails, but when they're answered, you don't have to respond
Right.
to an email.
Yeah, like here's our policy, so you don't have to ask twice. You know everything you need to know. And then I'm going to actually connect it to Jotform. Like if you really need to do this, you can submit a form. That way it comes in a way I can quickly analyze.
Yeah, analyze it.
I'll be working on that.
Purge. I've been doing this. Purge and organize your cloud storage. At the end of the day, the marketing company we have, it's hard to delete things that you put time and effort into. But those clients are no longer your clients.
To me.
Yeah, but I'm just like, wow. I remember when I made that. It took me
Here's the thing.
52
Google
hours.
Drive has just come up with a lot more features since we first started.
Yeah.
Now, Corey and I can actually share a drive together, but that wasn't a feature.
Yes.
So we used to have to duplicate our drive. It was ridiculous. Now we have a lot of duplication.
Yes.
My hack for this one. I actually did this for myself in 2025. That's why I added it here. Workflowy, I mentioned it before. Workflowy is a bulleted list app. Bulleted list, it mirrors a folder structure. So what I did is I created what I'd want my Google Drive to look like.
Yeah.
And then in Workflowy. So,
Yes.
and then I'm like, drag and drop. It's very easy to drag and drop. Like, oh no, I don't think I'd like that there. I made my perfect Google Drive and then I built it in Google Drive and put the files where needed.
Haven't you enjoyed my birth into a more structured Google Drive?
Oh, it makes everything better. Corey had the habit of just always attaching photos to emails, which created a bog in my inbox, which means I had to download them, unzip them, shrink them, and then upload them back to my storage software. So now Corey said in 2026, she's only using Google Drive. She'll organize it.
Now I said to myself, if you aren't in
you know how many
folder-
times I've referenced this photo files for the hot sauce guy?
Oh, a billion.
Yeah, 'cause
and
I'm
I've
like,
organized them for you.
You barely organize it.
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge you.
Sure.
Name the first folder 2026 _ month day. So month _ day _ Now I can see exactly when you created the folders.
So I was sorry, you guys are here for the marketing. I was naming them in like the span of what they were useful for.
Fair.
So it was easier for me to see and be like, okay, I'm going to add more to this specific
I see what you're
generic or themed
doing. And
or
it's kind of just an approach.
I know, and that's to me how because I'm very photo big on my end. You are very much text big, like, kind of like forms and stuff. But photo big, I'm like, how can I reference this and be more organized in the future? It's if I can see like this is the.
Hey, I'll take what I can get.
Okay.
I ain't going to tweak it.
I tried.
Update website. Oh, somebody added this one to mine. Update the website copyright in your footer. Some websites have a timestamp at the bottom.
Listen, if you say you do website design and social media marketing like me and Heather, I can
don't claim that. Maybe we got an out of date one.
You better update it there.
And you can just go and update your footer. A lot of times, if it's in WordPress, it's in the customization settings.
Most people are never looking at it, but it's just one other way to show
like
that you're
old
here.
Relic of website yesterday.
Yeah, why is it still there?
Because it was basically like, don't steal what's on this website. I wrote it.
Oh, then why do we have a timestamp there?
Corey, I don't know. It's just
it just is, and it's always been.
Research and list business network events. This was somebody else's submission. I do like that. Create a spreadsheet and say which one, and then rank them 1 to 5.
Yeah, love that.
And then price them out because some things are free and they may be a better bang for the buck, and some things are paid and they may be a higher quality lead source. There's a number at the bottom of the page.
I know. I'm looking.
Okay.
I know. I have to find 3. You keep going. Found it. Okay.
Great. So that takes us to that list. If you guys want that list in written form, I will be sending it out in the Wednesday newsletter tomorrow. And these are just ideas. You could take some of these all throughout the year. If you did them all, you're going to be sitting pretty. And I tell Corey, it's the first time is the newborn baby deer. The second time you do it, you pull from a template. The third time, it's just the way you work.
Yeah. And it builds on it. You're not going to be perfect in what you start. I'm proud of you for starting anywhere you go. You're with me. We're just little baby deer, and Heather's got like a folder structure from Mount Zion. So like if you are just putting things in a folder, proud of you.
And then maybe name that folder year _month. Yeah, it's just you're going to find what works for you, and you're gonna be like, wow, that felt so good. There's a lot of you guys struggling right now because you said I accidentally set the trap I walked into myself.
Yes.
And you're wondering, like, why is this person getting so many more sales from me? They're just a little more polished throughout all these little small ways, and it makes them a little bit more competitive.
I know. And if you say, like, I'm such an oversaturated area, your number one things you got to do is these
welcome
things.
to hell.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're buying from and I always say, we buy from the same cutter shops. Our cookies look relatively similar. If it says 6, 7, we're all doing it. So what's going to give you the edge is maybe the quicker reply because you have the template on hand.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. Corey and I are like, community over competition. It's better to be friends than to be frenemies, right? But there's the other thing is we're still in business and you need to be competitive and you'd rather get that sale than them because that is being competitive. But also, we don't want to wish failure on them. We want to look at them and be like, I'm going to try to do that a little bit better than you. I love you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for being my map and not my mirror.
At the end of the day, I'm not going to trip you up to the trophy stand, but I will be taking the first place.
Okay, how did they get first place? I need to get first place.
So if you want to, instead of pointing out and be like, everyone's around me offering the same thing, offer it just a tinge bit better. Make sure your website looks branded. Make sure your communication is very well structured. Have bold things in your email. Make sure that you're responding in 24 hours instead of 48 hours. So there's things that can really set you apart. And I live in a super, super cookier saturated area. And you don't see me punching the wall. It's literally like, come on, let's see who's going.
I'll be honest. If you look at all of these, none of these require looking at somebody else. Like it was like, we have so much we got to fix about ourselves. We can't even focus on it.
I know.
Okay, going to the next part of our spreadsheet.
Nice. It is the roomie review in the Cookie College. Instead of just saying you need to sign up, we're going to let you hear from the roomies in the college. And they've dubbed themselves that, and we love it.
And Samantha, she has submitted one. She submitted it this past month. So she gets a $10 Amazon gift card. Thank you so much. It says, if you want your cookie business to grow and become more than just a hobby, then this is a program you need. I signed up when it first started, and it was way over my head. So I took this big break, and I came back with a new mindset. I want to make my business work for me, and the college is my toolkit to do it. Thank you, Samantha. I'm going to tell Corey this. I am tripping through rug tufting. Tripping forward. We're tripping forward.
I saw
landing on our
a
knees.
new little scratcher pad thing came in on your
Did you
little.
see my winder?
Oh,
Did you see my winder a lot?
it.
Okay, so I told Corey it would be so awesome to have a single place that tells me exactly what to do, gives me the links to do it, walks me through how to do it, lets me ask why is it not working that same way, and then I spit out the product I wanted, and that's what the Cookie College is. And I said to Corey, at the end of the day, what I wouldn't give for a Cookie College for rug tufting.
I know. And a lot of people are always searching it, and that's why we've made the Cookie College. It's a one-stop shop where you need to find everything to be a toolkit. That list we just went through, half of those are courses that are in the college already.
Now, here's the crazy part. You're listening to this on the 6th, and the doors close on tomorrow. First time ever since we opened it. When we first launched it on August 31st, 2021,
Wow.
We actually limited signups to 250 for the first 6 months.
Yeah.
And then we never shut the doors again. We opened them, I think, in January that next year, 2022. And the doors have been open for that long. And for the first time ever in 2026, we're closing the doors, and that means nothing changes. Everyone's wondering, like, do I lose something? No. Everyone who isn't in there loses access.
Yeah.
But everyone who is in there, you only gain more. So you guys are set.
The reason why is I'm holding your feet to the fire. If you have any chance to sign up and you do nothing, when you're in the college will not work for you.
I agree.
If you sign up and I hold your feet to the fire, you tune into my Monday morning roll calls where we go over a topic each week. You're there. Sometimes people will sign up. Donna, Heather, they're always there. They're looking for it.
Is it a Facebook Live if Heather Campbell Berkshire isn't listening?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So here's the thing. If you are saying, I want to join the Cookie College, I just haven't, this is your time to do so. But I'm not going to make you do it.
It's your time to do so for a discount code. Use code NEWBAKER2026 and you can get there at our grandfathered rate. Then we're going to close the doors, right?
Yeah.
So somebody's like, what does that mean? That means that you can only access the Cookie College 12 to 13 times. I've had the venue, probably 14 times, very strategic days.
And maybe even less, because I might take the last 3 away.
I know, Corey's getting crazy. Corey's like, and we're moving to this boot camp thing. I think it's going to be really great. I've been working on it all week. I'll be working on it. We'll do 12 this year. Now, the first one will be January 28th through the 30th. That's 3 days. And each day will be between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. So that'll be 1 to 2 hours per day.
Yeah.
This is a boot camp intensive, meaning Corey and I are going to pre-record. Day one is going to be configuring and setting up a in-person cookie class and marketing it on Eventbrite, creating all that. Then we're going to actually go to the location. We teach cookie classes, pre-record everything you need to know, what she bought, why she bought it, how we set it up, why we do it. And then we're going to walk through our script and tell you why we're speaking that way. And the final day, we're going to do follow-up marketing and then a live Q&A. So that's what the boot camp is. At the end of that, those people who attended that boot camp can then join the Cookie College.
Yeah. So what we've heard, you guys have said it, is the Cookie College can be overwhelming. Well, there's 90 courses in there and there's always being added to. Unfortunately, that's overwhelming. So what we're going to do, instead of taking any of the content away, it's still going to be in there. You can access it right now if you sign up. What we're going to do is streamline it. So how to set up your Eventbrite listing for Cookie Class tickets.
In 2026 is going to replace the old one because Eventbrite's changed how it does it.
So it's going to update things, streamline things, hold your hand, and kick your bun into high gear.
Kind of like if I wanted to, if I just spent these 3 days, and I'm not taking your whole day, I'm taking 2 hours a day, I would know exactly at the end how I could teach my cookie class. In February, we're doing a photography one.
Yeah.
You're going to love it. It's going to be a lot of Corey's voice, but I'll be here recording and editing. And then in March, we're going to do pre-sale. So you're looking at the January in-person class bootcamp is in 3 weeks. The February photography bootcamp is in 7 weeks. And that pre-sales bootcamp is in 11 weeks. You say, how do I sign up? Right now, if you sign up for the Cookie College using code NEWBAKER2026, you get all this. You get everything we got. And you get all the other memberships as well, which are not changing.
Yes.
The Cookie Class kits, the Baker's Business Basics, the digital downloads, the transfers, those are all remaining exactly as they are. And they're still always included in the Cookie College. Just the doors to the college are closing so we can do these intensives for the next 12 months.
Yeah. And if you sign up for an intensive boot camp, the door will open to you.
Yeah. But if you're in the college, it'll always be open to you. And you can
we
come
hope
and
you
go
join
as
us
you
because
please.
it will be fun. It will be fun.
So we're looking at the boot camps for the rest of the year. I'm excited about it. Some of the ones that we've come up with is food photography that sells, understanding pricing with a profit, a healthy profit, email marketing deep dive, using G Suite effectively, which actually covers a bunch of the stuff we talked about today, using AI in your bakery, things like that. So that's coming, but we will be working on those. Corey's excited, I can tell.
Love it. I'm just making sure.
Where are you?
Oh, yes. Got it. December is bolded for whatever, and he says pop-ups.
How do we like this structured?
I love it.
Okay, Corey added a new segment.
Oh, I added a gloss column.
Corey said, we're non-client bashing in the sugar cookie market, right? Because it doesn't really add marketing value. It gets a lot of drama, but it doesn't really have a point. However, that doesn't mean people aren't crazy.
And at the end of the day, if you can't comment back,
you can't comment back. And Corey's like, well, I would love to know gossip like this because I like to hear it. But now it won't, it's just being nosy.
And this is gossip, not necessarily just customer bashing. You had a bad customer. I know we deal with weirdos all the time, but this is just a story that you're like, it doesn't belong in the sugar cookie marketing group because it's not marketing related, and it doesn't belong in the baking group because it's not baking related. So this is just a story.
So whoever submitted this will pick one a week. It's completely anonymous. I don't even ask for your email address. There's no way for me to know who you are, nor do I want to. I'll just read one of these ones. The title of this anonymous thing is Craigslist Misconnections. It said this was probably 6 or so years ago, but I think about it once a year. I did a market one time. It was a one and done market. Think like a Christmas market. It wasn't recurring, and the foot traffic was okay. A constant flow of people, but not necessarily a constant flow of sales. Understandable if it was only one time. I was helping out this mom and her kid get a sugar cookie PYO. They insisted to see every design I had. When the man was standing behind them, I couldn't tell if he was waiting for them to move or he was just taking in the whole market. Plus, I was busy holding the PYO after PYO to show to Mrs. Undecisive over there. The mom eventually paid for the cookies and left with her kid. And this man walks up. I mean, he was good looking and well dressed and no bags from vendors, just a jacket over his arm. He leans in and says, "Your eyes are gorgeous. I hope everyone gets a chance to see them like I did." I was so taken aback that I just responded, "Thank you," and mumbled even after that at best. I never saw him again after that. I walked the show towards the end to the event to see if he was there with the vendor booth helping. No, he was just gone with the wind. My missed bakery connection. What is narrative there? What did you just say about me? Can I interest you in anything?
Mr. Man, if you listen to this, go back to your vendor, girl. She misses
go get
you.
your wifey and wifey that lady. Yeah, I like it.
Just a story.
Worth a listen, ma'am.
Yeah.
I just want to know what's going on at everyone's head.
It's a story you're like, you know what? Someone's got to know this
Frankly,
story.
I could submit some myself, and I might.
You have customers?
Yeah. The lady didn't think she should click on links.
Well, don't say that. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hey, listen, there's just people that think differently than us out there, and it's fun to read that.
Yeah.
So I have the form. It's actually pinned at the top of the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group. If you want to submit your anonymous goss,
maybe we'll have to update, ask each week while we get into this form of
this is like a whole new thing.
See, I like that. That was a good one.
It's very high pitched. See, I like that. You
I
said
like that. It was good.
very fun. Okay, we'll keep the gossip column for another week.
Oh, guys, we get it. Keep it rather really put it on the chopping block. So please send good ones that aren't crazy.
Okay, I have an upcoming events countdown as a new segment. What are our thoughts?
Let me see. I see them. Oh, this is handy dandy, guys. Let me see what you're seeing.
So Corey and I thought it would be more fair to you guys in this year to do our collabs and post them up quarterly.
I know. This hurt my brain, guys.
So in January, we're doing a reviews collab. It'll be on January 3rd, which is in 17 days. You may say, I haven't seen you post about that. Hush, I'm working on it. I had to make this whole spreadsheet first. February, we're going to go back to a Meet the Baker collab. March will be a very interesting one, an AI recreation cookie collab. That way, as we see AI and AI-generated photos take over more market share, we can demonstrate to our clients, here's the AI cookie, which we'll provide it, and here's how I can recreate that.
Mm-hmm. I did it with an owl once, and I was like, to the customer, I said, well, I can't recreate him because he's El Perfecto. Mm-hmm. I can get kind of close, and here's what it would look like. So that's what we're going to do. Take an AI photo and recreate it as a cookie so people can see the differences.
Yeah, so again, all the collabs kind of focus on a way to market to your audience and also get engagement from other bakers. In April, we'll do that local feature, variation of Main Street Cookie Collab. So again, the January reviews collab, you're going to ask for reviews. Corey's going to tell us more about that soon. Upcoming events. EddieCon is actually in 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
We're
and
in
I
January.
just read, if you wanted a Freddie at EddieCon, they're giving you $500 off to join the list.
Oh, to join the list.
Yeah, but I think they said they're shipping them this month.
Oh, wow.
So, I don't know. What's Poppin' Con? We've been invited back to Sprink.
Oh, it's in January.
EddieCon is tomorrow in 3 days.
You have what's Popping Con? January 28th.
I'm so sorry. That is incorrecto. It's actually in 14 weeks. What am I doing?
That says 14 weeks.
Yeah, the date's wrong.
Oh, I see, girl.
I was rushing through this.
I said, shoot, I better get,
so
I got to get Arch some jogger. I didn't know it's so close.
I'm sorry. I haven't updated. I have these in a spreadsheet. It did not translate. CookieCon is in 24 weeks and the Vending Bunny is in 46 weeks.
Because CookieCon would be
Corey,
literally tomorrow.
Okay, I think the holidays are correct, though, if you want to read those.
Okay, Super Bowl, maybe February 8th, which is in 33 days, 5 weeks. Valentine's Day.
Okay, but the reason why, and you're just brushing over that, is fine. You got to order your cutters now.
Yeah, you got to. Valentine's Day, you got 6 weeks. You'd be ordering your cutters now.
So I already put the best bakes for Valentine's Day up yesterday, and there's been a ton of ideas. So you could go there, source your ideas, and order your cutters.
Love that. And that's February 14th. Ramadan is February 17th, 42 days, 6 week. Mardi Gras, big for our southern ones. February 17th, 42 days, 6 weeks. And St. Patrick's Day. Can't believe we're talking about March.
I know.
March 17th, 70 days, 10 weeks.
I really didn't want you to say the 70 days because it's so like a figment of imagination. You just go to the 10 weeks there on that one.
Okay, well, next time, feedback
I just didn't think we were going to read it off. Corey's like, read it.
You said read it, and I said, okay.
You did it. So, okay, I like that segment. We will be tweaking how Corey reads it, and I'll get the dates corrected.
Tweaking how the incorrect information is doing.
You don't think you asked for this template?
I love me a template in 2026. Next is the STL me about it segment. It's roughly 10 minutes long. The phone number, should you want to include, you do get a chance to win something.
The phone number. 571, not 500.
The phone number is 571-556-5644. This segment is sponsored by my new favorite software.
You know, she finally saw you signed up.
I know. And it is the Cookie Design Lab. So I had a very complicated order of a set no one makes a cutter for. It's boot, scoot, and boot.
Yeah, you told us last week and you posted in the group.
I did. And a lot of you saw it. And I turned a boot with spaghetti into a cookie cutter from this lady's AI that she sent me. And it turned into a fruition. It was a cookie.
So you can search Corey Mira in the group if you want to see that. But Cookie Design Lab is a sponsor of the STL Me About It segment. I know a couple of you have emails because you have one. I'm working on my directory so you know where to find that.
I love that.
But use code TWINS for 15% off. Now they have a preview mode so you can see if you like the software at all. Like Corey said, it was kind of easier than she thought it'd be.
Yeah, I didn't take a tutorial. I mean, I probably should have. So my boot came out opposite. But she said, we're always listening. So she said her husband might switch it so it when you put it in the software, it'll come out as it looks like the
Flipped
image.
automatically.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's just a click of a button.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 3 texts. Can you pick one? Actually, we have 4 texts. I'm sorry. One was funny.
Pick 3.
Oh, that's the funny one.
Oh,
It was
funny.
just the word twins. That was all it was.
Twins.
So, area code 239, you win with the word twins. You are the Tell Me About It winner.
That's so funny.
I
Just
know.
the word
I was like,
twins.
maybe they sent something else. No, it's just that was the only thing from that phone number was just the word twins.
Oh, maybe you had
Mhm.
asked what was a code and they remembered a code.
Oh, that was probably
That's
that's the
so
code for cookie
funny.
design. That was from Florida.
Up to Florida.
Well, anyways, with my favorite text, it was twins. Okay, I have a couple more texts you guys can text in to win next week. You didn't win this week, but you won my heart.
You did.
This is from 281. Happy New Year's, ladies. What word of the year have you all chosen for 2026? Purge. That's yours.
Purge. Purge.
Corey,
There you
and
go.
I know it's going to be your twin twist. Corey's in mid-purge zone.
We call it purgatory.
That's hilarious.
Let's start a podcast.
Mine is unbothered.
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 The thing is we said at the end of the day, life will happen to you. You cannot control anyone in your life. You cannot control every situation in your life, but you can control the one
Whether
thing.
you're bothered by it.
Yeah. How you react to a
I
situation.
know. So I'm being unbothered. The sitch is a sitch. I'm just here watching the sitch sit.
with the gas.
Give me the gossip about the sitch. I'm being an unbothered goddess. 713 area code. Hi from Texas. 2 things. First, if you haven't already, you should check the mailbox for a special Christmas card from Texas. You know what? We did get a notification that there's a package.
A package.
Did you find yourself in your own neck of the woods?
That's not my neck of the
That is
woods.
very close to
That
the
is
woods that you
25
find your
minutes
neck
away
in.
from my neck and my woods.
Olive Garden is 2 minutes from there.
And guess what? We both eat there on Friday.
And second, I just wanted to shout out my local baker friends for putting up with my shenanigans. If she shenan once, she'll shenan again.
I love it.
I love to tag them in requests for cookies due less than 24 hours or super detailed orders on a minimalist budget and then wait for them to yell at me. I just started sending it to the group chat and the last one calls for not it is a lucky tag. But seriously, make friends with local bakers. These ladies are the best quote unquote coworkers that make the job so much more fun. I've learned so much from sugar cookie marketing in the college, but the community over competition absolutely has to be the best one. Having a baker
Yes.
in your back pocket.
Yes.
Corey was purging her packaging.
Yeah.
A lot of peace in there.
A lot of peace.
And she
The triple
purged
P.
it to a local baker who could actually use it. And so they paid her a discount. So Corey recouped some cost. This baker got the stuff and Corey's released from her own prison.
It's a circle
I think that link, if you go to sugarcookiemarketing.com, you can find all of the stuff. But that local cottage bakers group link is a powerful one because that's where you can kind of find these. And again, you can find them in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group on the location roll calls. I
Yeah.
see a lot of you guys saying, I'm right down the street.
Yeah.
Hey. So just finding those bakers, and not everyone's going to be a hit and home run. It takes a while to find that person who clicks with you. You could also just be born with them, helps a bit. And my last text for the week is 214. Hi, twins. I have a hyper local marketing opportunity and I wanted to pick your brains. There's a brand new local gym 3 minutes from my house opening in March of this year. They wanted to advertise 30 small businesses in their gym and I signed up. It's only $5 for the first month trial and it goes up to $125 for a month for the next 3 months. They run a 20-second ad on all of their screens in the new gym and the other locations of this gym within a 30-mile radius, a marketing event once a month where I can sell my cookies and additional marketing on their social media pages. Now, how do I market cookies to people that are trying to work out? Well, my thought process is that lots of people are probably parents and there's B-Day parties and big sellers for me. So I can market that angle. I also teach classes so I can go from that angle as well. Any other ideas, any tips? I'd be so appreciative.
While my local gym does not have the opportunity to advertise with them, there was a lady there who says she knew I was a baker because she's in our local community group and she's a personal trainer at the gym.
Oh.
One day I just said, you know what, I'm going to just bake her a few extra cookies and I brought them into her. What she turned out to be was she came to our cookie class with a bunch of her friends.
She
about
really
4 of them.
did. She almost sold out a class.
Yeah.
So we're asking for a private class.
Yeah. So I think this is an awesome opportunity for you, especially for $5 for the first few months. A lot of people that are going to the gym still have parties and events that they're going to go to. So I wouldn't just say because, you know, their gym, if they're in your local area and it's your local gym and the hype around the gym is super high, this is a fantastic opportunity. I think you want to do your classes. And I think if they have a child child care center, like our gym did away with the child care center. And with that went a lot of the parents because no one's there to watch their kids. But if they did have a child care center, that's a fantastic way to really get your name out as birthday party go-to baker.
As I brushed the dust off of my gym membership, as one would in 2026, January 1, I went in and it had a placard, and the gym shares a shopping center with an IHOP. And it says, if you say you belong to the gym and show your card, you get 20% off at the IHOP, which is great.
Nice.
That would cover tip. So that's something you could do as well, especially if you have those booths there. I would go for the angle, like probably what Corey did. Maybe give the personal trainer some cookies. I get that you are selling to people who are trying not to eat cookies, but I think that's a funny part. And you can lean into, let's say if you go there and you create a cookie, I could see myself buying a cookie that says calories don't count if it's in the gym or something. Something to play into the fact that you're there at the booth.
Noodle wall.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Stick it to it.
Since you're going to be there quite often, every single month, you could create a few cookies for the personal trainers to use as incentives for their clients when they do a really good workout.
That is funny. And then you could also put business cards in the anything, the whole printing the QR code. There's some options there for you. I think it's a fun idea. I would say it's $125 a month for the next 3 months. It sounds like you'll be in a 4-month trial here, $5 the first month and then $125. I would stick to all 4 months and show up to each one of those. I don't think it'll work otherwise. Like if you don't go and do the events and stuff.
Yeah, I think if you just did the first month, the $5, it's not going to be enough. I think the $125 plus $5 for the next 3 months. One, it's going to get your name out there. The hype of a new gym is huge. When a new gym opens up where we are, it's flooded. People are making videos about it. So.
You had a quote that you could put on a cookie, and it said a balanced diet is a cookie in both hands. It was in your footer of your autoresponder of your signature that you paid for. That would be funny. To me, that kind of stuff is really funny to me. If I went to a gym and saw that, I think it would be pretty cute. Okay, Corey has this new segment, but I didn't get around to it, so please forgive. She wants the sponsors to be more exciting segment because without the sponsors, there's no podcast. So she was going to ask them for a marketing tip, and I will be asking you guys for a tip.
Yeah, so since that is coming, Heather did a fantastic job getting this ready to roll.
Yeah, could everyone witness Corey's like wanting to bite my head off the last week when I asked her to if she could remember.
Cookie Design Labs. Use code TWINS for 50% off, and that's how you can make some custom cutters for your audience to make them even more custom sets. I love that. Baking Me Crazy, favorite twin. I've been using some of her piping bags. She has an extra small piping bag set. I really have liked it.
Really?
Yes.
Because you're doing more detailed work, especially for the class kids. We did our first intermediate class. Jury's still out on that.
Use code favorite twin to save 10% off Baking Me Crazy. They have so much in their shop. They have so many things. Piping bags, meringue powders, rolling pins, sprinkles, baking sheets. You got there. Bakety Bake is the makes Royal Batch, which is the meringue powder that I use. You can use code TWINS for 10% off of that. So that's got already vanilla in there. You got corn syrup in there, so it gets a soft bite. Love it. And white food coloring.
Let me jump in here. Daisy Makes has switched their sponsorship over to What's Popping Con. Now, What's Popping Con, we spoke at it in its inaugural year.
Yes.
They've invited us back again.
It was super cute.
It is Thursday, April 16th to Saturday, April 18th. And you can find more about that at what'spoppingcon.com.
Nice.
However, code Daisy Makes twin10 gets you 10% off.
Of your ticket?
No, of Daisy Makes.
Oh, nice. Love it.
Last year she did, but right now they're in early bird pricing if you wanted to do that.
Nice. So that's in April. And I believe...
Yeah, we're speaking.
Just wanted to make sure that you
I just said it.
I didn't hear you say that. I was
Wild. You made eye contact with me.
I love eye contact. Primera Eddie. So Eddie is the direct-to-food printer, and they're having their Eddie Con, and I can't wait to hear what people learn. I'm sure it's just going to be...
It's in 3 days, and it's 2 days of, I think, 8-hour classes. Bonnie Beach, she is like running an Eddie Con connectors group.
If you didn't know what Eddie is, it's a direct-to-food printer. He prints directly on the top of your Royal Ice sugar cookies.
You heard me with that texting question to put the QR code of the personal trainer and see if we get the personal trainers wanting to do it. That's so easy with an Eddie.
You can pipe a QR code, but you can print a QR code.
Could you print a QR code?
No, if you were crazy.
It'd be hard because it really needs to be squares.
Insane. It has to be perfect squares.
Right.
We actually used Eddie for the QR codes when we did that wedding event where I gave my business card, but with the business card was something to scan, and it was just very cool. People thought it was so neat.
It was pretty neat. So Eddie, the edible food printer, if you're like, he ain't cheap, it's $3,000, but you can always find people like reselling. I'm a refurbed girly. I love it coming from the corporate orders, but at a discount.
I know.
You can check that out. Primera Eddie Printer Users Group on Facebook, or you can look them up. I think they're sold out of EddieCon tickets, but if you really want to squeeze it in there, I think you could call them and see if somebody had to give up a ticket.
Bosch Nutrimel, not necessarily a podcast sponsor, but if you want to save some cashish, you can use code Sugar Cookies for $20 off.
Yeah, really nice company. I really enjoy them. They were very all about the vending.
When I was doing my purge, I looked at mine too. I have Artiste and the Bosch Universal. I said, I'll never get rid of you guys.
Yeah, people who love them, love them.
I love them.
That is, if you're going to be a batch girly in 2026, you and Bosch win your batches.
And I looked at them. I said, you are big and take up counter space, but I love you.
I
love you.
Twinterest, what is yours?
What's yours?
What is mine? What did we think about? What did you rate the structure of the podcast?
Loved it. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I think it's more structured to the people listening. I know we're growing pains.
As much as you
we actually had our retirement manager contact us, and he wants to be on the podcast. So we're doing royal icing retirement, and he is so excited. He is obsessed. He said initially he was just like, "Oh, what do you guys do for work?" And I was like, "Oh, the marketing and sales." Then he was like, "Was this like cookies?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Can I join the Facebook group? Yes. Then he's like, what if I was on he's like the nicest guy in the world.
So nice.
His name is Eugene, unrelated to the dough sheeter. But he will be in February 10th.
Oh, nice.
And so we're doing guests, and I'm rolling that along with the other stuff.
With the guests, because there's a lot of moving parts when you have other
this
people
dude's
involved.
So excited to talk to everybody.
Yeah, he's so funny. When I was like, Heather, I said, I think the tax guy is trying to get into the group. Do I deny or do I approve?
Retirement. The tax guy doesn't want anything to do.
No, the tax guy doesn't care. My Twinterest, it's so funny. As we talk about purging things, there's two costs to purging. You bought the thing initially,
First
you
cost.
never used it. Now to get rid of it is another sad cost.
Corey has found Facebook Marketplace.
I'd never used Facebook Marketplace before.
It is truly Craigslist.
It's
better.
Yeah, it is a little better.
Less murderier. Because you have a seller's profile.
You do. And I think that
Craigslist was like, you don't know who I am.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, and you could be a non or whatever. Okay, so Facebook Marketplace. I've just now started using it because I was like, I have some things that have some value. And to toss them, super sad because they still have so much.
No, guys. For those of you wondering, Corey's pricing things for $5. At one point, she sold something for a little $1.
Something for $1.
Somebody drove 40 minutes to buy something for $7.
Yeah.
Corey, like, here's me. I couldn't, like, imagine, girl murdered for a $5 object. Not me. I'm a Goodwill donator.
Yeah.
I'm that, but Corey and her husband are not.
I said at the end of the day, if I can make a dollar too.
I added up your list. How much have you made?
You said 400.
It was 443 or something?
443. Okay, I've made 443. I'll just tell you, a New Wave oven. Got it for free from a TikTok because I was a influencer for a bit for $60. Spent zero.
So she spent zero. She sold it to somebody at Marketplace for $60. They wheeled and dealed like $10. She was like, no, took the first offer that said okay.
She's like, I only have $50. And I said, well, I can only let it go for $60. She's like, fine. Okay, but the countertop space I got back.
Yes. There's two gains when you sell something: the monetary and the freedom.
Ankle weights. I just want you to understand. People were fighting over this. They were $5. I don't know. I had the best intention, never used them. So I said, not used very much. No stains, doesn't smell, but they have been used once or twice. An old man showed up. I had to put him on his shoulders. I had his little arms. He's like, sorry,
his
man.
Ankle weights for on his arms?
I said they're ankle or wrist weights.
Okay, great.
I said you can use it. I said it would rub a little on your ankle.
This is the funniest one. I like this guy because he said, is there anything else in your house for sale? And Corey's like, I don't know. What do you want? And he was like, that egg thing. And she was like, okay. And he was like, well, I only have $1. And she's like, then it happens to be $1.
Yeah. He said
dollar
he didn't know what he wanted, and nor did I have anything. And I said, well, here's the few things I said I was going to clean them up before I listed them. Okay. He's like, what is this? It's the shape of an egg. And he was like, I said, it makes hard-boiled eggs.
How do you have a high? I'd gotten it something I don't know what it is for $1.
And he was like, how much you want? I said, I don't know, $3. And he's like, I only have $1. I said, you're lucky deal. It's on sale today for $1. Okay, these cat spoons.
They're spoon dishes, right? Where you put
if you're mixing your sauce and you don't want to put your spoon on the counter, you put it on this dish, spoon dish. I want to tell you how many. 17 people.
17. No, you lie.
17.
You lie to me.
No, 17
people. Tell me the truth.
17 people.
How many people?
I was so overwhelmed by the amount of people wanting a cat spoon. They were $5 total. 3. You got 3. You got a set of 3.
17 people want something for $5.
17 people.
Anyways, Corey sells them. The girl drove almost 40 minutes in traffic to get them.
40 minutes. And when she comes in, she's like, I said, I don't know the etiquette. One guy did plug in a magic bullet and he didn't step in. He like literally reached around to my outlet.
To see if it worked?
To see if it worked. And I didn't know. I didn't know that was customary. I thought for $5 you'd take a risk.
I think the marketplace is the Wild West. It is the last frontier.
I don't know.
It's undiscovered.
So I was like to her, do you want to see what they look like to see if they have a chip? She said, no, I already know who I'm going to gift them to.
Somebody, I was reading through Corey's list, somebody tipped her.
Someone didn't it bring change? It was funny. I had a Chi hair straightener. And I don't use it anymore. So I said, it's literally been under the sink for forever. So I just listed it 2 seconds after it gets approved because everything goes through review.
It goes approved.
Yeah. She said, I'm literally doing my hair right now. My hair's sopping wet. I want it. So she did a porch pickup, which is a gamble. Because at the end of the day, she could. I never saw. Because at porch pickup, I was never there. She didn't have. No, I said, no change. Don't ask me for change. She brought a 10. It was 8. She left $2.
You know what you hear these twins preach? Good photography. You know what Marketplace wants?
Don't.
Ugly photography.
No, I've tested it. They want to see your meal, your lunch behind the photo. They want cluttered images.
If you're staging it, that means you think you're making a buck off
think
me.
so.
If you had to hurriedly take a photo as you're running out the door, you need this money.
It was so funny. Like I had just like, let me clear the space. No, the things with my Diet Coke can for scale, for size.
You know, you got to match the bizarre branding. Like you have to. It has to be a flea market vibes.
What I realized, our personalities were really upbeat and say too many words. They don't want that.
No,
they want yes, no.
They want to be
Come
like,
get it now,
we are
not.
both risking our lives to make this $5 sale here.
They
both
don't want a
you
lot
and
of
I.
words. They don't want back and forth.
So, but your description's really short.
Very short.
Interesting.
Yeah,
multiple photos or just one?
I have thought that multiple photos of different angles do better, but not curated photos.
But crappy phone photos.
And then if we did this more in business just all together, assuming the sale. So you're not talking about cat spoons because you want a best friend. So someone's like, are the cat spoons still available? And it's just a auto, you can click it and it literally sends. So everyone's sending the same one. I said, yeah, do you want to pick it up today? Like, 'cause I'm assuming you want it.
I would say, yeah, about 16 other people in line, you want them?
I should say that.
I'd be like, oh my goodness, I want these so much more than you ever realize.
It's the craziest thing. Now I'm like, look, what else can I say?
Corey's husband owns 3 things in this world. And he was like, I think I could sell one of them. And they're on a high.
He was
good.
Listen, yeah.
Ride the wave.
Yeah.
Ride the energy.
Yeah. A lot of times my family, like my sisters have nice things and they give it to me.
It feels better.
And I'm willing to let them feel better. But then if I can take it and now I can get something out of it, by all means.
I go to Dyson. I got the new Air Wrap. I do really like it. I gave Corey my old Air Wrap. She really likes it. So good. It was a changing of the guards.
Yeah.
However, Dyson, the company, throws in and when I say the word professional briefcase, it is a briefcase with a handle, a shoulder strap. It has the words Dyson. It's the sexiest briefcase I've ever seen. When you open it, I swear a light shines down from heaven and a music starts playing. And it's all these really high quality hairbrushes from Dyson. Hair clips, hairbrushes, one of those pump sprays.
Yeah.
A comb, like all this beautiful. And I was like, wow.
Listen,
this is what I've needed my whole life.
If you look for a pump spray outside of Dyson, it's probably $2.
This one, just because it was in the briefcase.
Yeah.
And I say my grubby little Smeagol fingers are like, these are mine.
But listen,
do I need them?
It was free with purchase.
It was suddenly worth a gajillion dollars. My little sweaty palms.
Heather's hand shook as she held.
So I said to myself, I slapped myself and I said, what are you doing? You literally got the Air Wrap. You don't need a brush.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a round barrel brush since I got the Air Wrap 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, because the Air Wrap negates the need for a brush.
Corey's like, maybe I'll have one.
Yeah,
remember, she just got the airbrush too.
Maybe
the Air Wrap thing that I gave her. So I say, I'm doing this for Corey. She's fighting a battle right now. If something comes in, it'll trip her up.
Yeah.
I tell my aunt and my grandmother about these beautiful, and they're like, can we see them? And I said, yes, but you can only keep one if you keep them all. It was the Lord of the Rings. So I bring it down. You should have seen my grandmother. She's 86. She could buy anything she wanted in this world. She picks up their hairbrush. It's this iodized purple. She runs it through her hair. It's a brush, right? It's no brush you haven't seen in your life. It's just a little. She's like, this feels so good. A brush?
A brush.
And I said, it does. And it makes you look so good.
Heather saw me the next day and she's like, I have some bad news to break. I hope you're not mad at me.
I did this for you, girl.
Yeah. And she said, I did it for you. I've given away the brushes. And I said, you know what?
I didn't need them.
Good.
I know.
Because I know me, if I got this free purse brush that
the Lord's brushes. Okay.
Apparently, I would have held on to it for another 4 years.
I know. And guess who has them now? Our cousin in Texas. So good luck with that, girlie.
Good luck. And she moves often because her husband's in the military. So
here's the thing. Yeah. It just is so crazy stuff. Madam Blueberry, if you guys watch VeggieTales, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, my Twinterest, YouTube, you get a preview here.
What? Wow. I'm going to do a play-by-play. If you're not seeing this, she made a heart rug with her new tufting equipment. It's very red and very filled in. Are you going to cut them out?
No, I'm going to keep practicing. I actually don't have the shaver yet. Thank goodness for Facebook groups.
Yeah.
I asked a dumb question. I know you guys were seeing my posts there.
Why is he hairy on the side? Aren't you supposed to pull those out?
Yeah, I'm still practicing. So I actually need, apparently to be really good, there should be no spacing between those lines.
Oh, yeah.
But you'll notice surrounding me is I called it a skein, like a dweeb. It's a skein. A yarn, that yarn little hot dog right there is called a skein. You have to re-yarn it into a cake. This is a caker. You see that little cake growing right there? I'm actually running out of them, but I rewound the yarn because at any point during rug tufting, there's taut.
Yeah, it pulls it out.
I've
experienced it myself.
So they were like, "Yeah, you idiot." No, they were nice. They were like, "You gotta re-spool your yarn into a cake."
What's so funny as I'm getting rid of my hoard, Heather's hoard is
hobby and hoarding is arm in arm.
Hobby and hoarding.
But I needed a hobby. I did, and I am pursuing this one. Our older sister and Corey have had a little bit of their own time intervention. They are social media addicts. I am recovering, so now they're looking to me for guidance. And I said we all need to. Ashley has me listening to a book called The Dose. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's a vertical scroll short
form video
is just destroying our dopamine because it's such a high. And then Corey comes the other day and she's like, I stayed up an extra hour scrolling. And
I said I could.
Enjoyed it, but I hated it.
Me who loves sleep. At the end of the day, I had a few giggles, but it didn't translate into bettering my life.
A little gaggle.
A
collection of giggles is a gaggle. But Corey's like, you kind of did look a little depressed by it. And I was like, it's so funny. Ashley and I uninstalled TikTok throughout the week. It makes my Fridays a little bit of a treat. Corey uninstalled TikTok.
I did. You want to tell you what crazy thing happened? Sunday night. Probably had 3 more hours I could access it. And I wasn't getting the dopamine.
Ceremonious when I decide I'm done here.
I did it early. I thought I was going to have it to the last second.
I'll tell you what, when you uninstall TikTok and reinstall it, if you stay any length of time too long on a specific piece of content, install it, you'll see on Sundays.
Yeah.
So it almost helps cure itself. So in the dose, the book, the guy is like, hey, you need to, he's like, his is the challenge in chapter 1 or segment 1. He said, text one person what you're about to do.
Meaning?
I'm going to spend 20 minutes rug tufting. Then turn your phone onto airplane mode and put the phone in another room. And set a timer for 20 minutes. He's like, all 4 must be present for this to work. So I've been doing that with this rug tufting thing.
Yeah.
So for 20 minutes, I'm inaccessible to the entire world outside of my Top Gun alarm going off at 20 minutes. And I've just been plugging away.
The great thing for me is I always get things done and I like doing things. Obviously on Saturdays, I like to update my forms while I listen to the goss. So I like listening to things. So I've always listened to something, whether it be a podcast, a show, TikTok scrolling. So I do want to listen to things. The reason why I didn't like TikTok is it is very negative. The things that pop off are people complaining about other people.
As a group admin girl, it's negative and
so
it works.
If I can control what goes into my little brainy brain, why not watch a funny show or listen to something like the Minimalist podcast that could help me declutter?
That's what the guy said. If you're doing something that's slightly not enjoyable, you're actually building up dopamine. And on the flip side of when you get that, your brain is going to correct the bad feeling with a good one. And that's what you reward your brain with. If you're still listening to this and you guys want some goss. Okay. A couple of days ago, a member in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group was like, hey, Heather, I think I've uncovered an internal plot in Sugar Cookie Marketing to get people to sign up for Hot Plate. And I said, what do you speak of? And she's like, in every thread asking for website host or a website platform, these 4 accounts that are locked, which means they're Eastern profiles, not Western profiles. We can't lock them on the Western hemisphere for some reason. She was like, they don't have any friends and they only recommend Hot Plate. I go through, they're all locked. They have no friends. They only comment on threads where it says website host or website platform. but it's written by AI or in a way I cannot tell that they are not, like, it's not copy and pasted. It's all like, hey, I've really enjoyed Hot Plate. It's great. I have no idea if Hot Plate's fine. No clue at all. I just had to ban these things and I could not believe she figured it out.
I know. At the beginning of SCM, when it was in its baby infancy, there was a lady, and Heather will know who I'm talking about, even though I don't even remember her name to this day. Anytime someone asked for a logo designer, this non-cookie lady would show up instantaneous to someone asking for a logo designer. She had run a software that was attached to the groups, and there's the software out there.
Allegedly, now it's not, but I think if with AI,
I know, I think it still is. And what it did was it was an alert that as soon as it saw the text of logo design,
she would jump in there, and
she was the first person on everything. And
I'd like to think the no sales rule was built with her.
It was built on top of her comments.
Right. Because she never did anything that added to, she only sold.
She only sold. She even said she wasn't a baker. So I think she joined a lot of business groups. And when someone asked for logo design, she was there to magically be the first person to provide her content creation.
Will we ever know who sent the Hot Plate infiltrators, the bad actors? No.
But the one thing I want you to take away from that, at the end of the day, we are all biased to our purchases. If you asked me, do I like the Cabela 10-tray dehydrator? I'm going to say, yeah, I love it.
There's so much bias in purchasing.
And I've never owned another dehydrator to tell you that it's not the best one. It's the best one I've ever had. Plus, it's the only one.
Do you know what Tefton I got? The one that people wrote the most. Do you know why they wrote it the most? Because enough people wrote the most. What else am I going to do?
So at the end of the day, when you're asking questions and you're making these business decisions, you have to know that some people are biased just for the fact that they invested in it themselves. And it's hard to be like, I bought this thing and I hate it. When someone says they bought a car and they hate the car, I will listen because I'm like, wow, you
hear. And then I have to say, you don't hate the car. You hate some things about the car. Like
but you're more honest than most.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that said, if you guys have taken any recommendation, it's a neat little platform. I don't think it's worth those 4 comments in every thread that's ever gone up since February 2025. It has a high percentage charge. That said, now you know that if there seemed like a lot of people are using Hot Plate, 4 people are no longer using it.
Yeah. But just go into when you ask someone, who would you use? What do you use for this? If they are biased, you need to see if things work for you at the end of the day, because we are biased to the things that we buy. If you ask me if those cat spoons were worth it, yes, I've never had a cat spoon other than that. Tell the other 17 people they thought it was worth it too.
Where are you putting spoons on?
We put them in the bowl. I didn't need a cat spoon to begin with.
Why did you buy them?
They were very cute. They were so
Apparently
cute.
17 people.
I know, they were cute.
How much did you buy them for? 15?
They were 20. Yeah. I hate that I even know the price. I know.
How long have you had them?
2 years.
Wow. How long have you used?
Never. They were as clean as a burb.
Are you kidding? Listen, guys, it's 2026. New year, new you. Let's get this. Sign up for the Cookie College. We'll see you in the boot camps. It's going to be fun. Don't recommend Hot Plate unless you actually used it. Okay, I'm going to let you go. Corey and I go.
Yeah, where are we choosing?
Not choosing.
California cheesecake is really good. Zippy.